Hi guys, and welcome to another video. You're joining us here at Derwent Court. I'm Charles and this is Georgina, and today we are just going to be giving you an update of where we've been over the last year of 2022. So we're going to start off with just really giving you an update on the projects that we've completed over the year and where we are in terms of the business, what we're looking at doing over the next few years, and basically what we've been getting up to this year. So I think if I'll start with the projects, I think it's probably milestones completed this year. So we completed 2 projects this year, and the first one was Camden Street, which was your 6-bed HMO, which is brilliant. So we completed that in March, was it?
March.
March,
March, I think.
April, I think it just rolled into April.
Yeah.
And that's a 6-bed HMO. We've got other videos on that, and we were really happy with the finish of that. That was a full back to brick Victorian terrace house, roof extension. Yep. We put 6 rooms in that, and I think we had 1 studio, 2 tea points, and the rest were double ensuite rooms.
Yeah.
Yes. Fantastic project. Really, really pleased with the result of that. So we finished that in March.
Finished it in March.
Sorry, April. It was April.
And it nearly fully let by July.
Yes. Yeah, that one took a little longer to get the last room let, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was June or July it was fully let, but a really nice project we did in Derby D22. So just it's nice to always give a little bit of summer on the figures and the numbers on that. We actually did a video when we were stood in mid refurbishment, and I think we were hoping for valuations in certain realms, and we actually achieved those valuations. And I'll have to double check actually what the final valuation was, but I think it was 350,000 we got it valued at, which is great because we purchased it at 135,000. 130. We bought it at 130,000 and we spent 135 on it. So we're all in for about 280,000 by the time you'd include interest and purchase fees and things. So that, when we refinanced, we pulled pretty much most of our money out. There's a little bit of equity still left in there, but it's a lovely asset. It's fully let now. Tenants love it. It's a really nice home. Another one that we're really proud of.
Tick.
Yeah, tick. Really, really good project. Really enjoyed doing that. Worked with a really good construction team on that as well, which always makes the difference. So next project we completed was
Derwent Court.
Derwent Court. So we are sat in Derwent Court, and this is actually in one of the only rooms that's still available. And the project's been running now. We completed. The property's been managed and tenanted now for some time. This room's just become available, but we completed that at the same time, actually, at the end of April 2022, and we fully let that within 6 weeks, didn't we?
We did.
So we had 36 rooms come to the market, and we made it the priority to get that let and refinance within, we were hoping 2 months, and we did it in 6 weeks. So brilliant. Really, really happy with the result of that, and we actually set some headline rents in Derby for some of the studio rooms, something like we're sat in at the minute, which is brilliant. So again, numbers on that,
Purchase was 545.
Yes.
Build was 5.
No, 6. We were all in for about 1.3 million, including interest.
So the refurb on its own was
about 550.
550.
Yeah.
And then the reval was 2.5 million.
So really, really good result there. We really pushed it. We were very lucky. We bought it in COVID, so we got a very good deal on it. We absolutely nailed the build on this. We project managed this in-house. It wasn't easy by any shape of the imagination. We pushed it every second of the way. So we made sure we kept things trim. We made sure we were efficient on the build costs, and so we were able to deliver this product at the price that we put in there, and we were really proud with the finished product.
Yeah, we still had our hiccups and still had a nice long defect list to deal with after the practical completion, which was not expected.
Well, yeah, it wasn't expected, but there's, like anything, you're building, it's a 10,000 square foot office building. some things go wrong, and that's what's really important, to make sure that you have the correct contract in place. And we did a video with Jake, our QS, talking about JCT contracts, the importance of them. So for example, this build was 550,000, around about that level, and you keep a retention in place for 12 months after the building of around about 2.5%, I believe. So that's kept in a little pot, so that any defects or things are done, it holds the builder accountable to come back and do those little bits that need attention, and just make sure that they're fixed before the end of that 12-month period, because then they get their full retention back at the end. So for example, if one of the loos wasn't quite working, it's easier for them to send a plumber out. It might cost them a day rate of a couple £100 a day or whatever it is, but it holds them accountable for saying, instead of paying them the full amount when it's finished, and he said there's a problem, they say, oh yeah, well, sure, we'll fix it. And then when it comes to it, they might be slow, they might be not as keen to do it. Whereas you're holding that retention. You don't necessarily want to use that retention, but you're not bound to have to release that if they don't do the works that need to be done. And also what it means is that if they don't come back and do it, you've got a pot of money that you can allocate and go, okay, we've given you the chances to come and do these works. You've clearly not wanted to come and do it, so we'll take it out of that retention and we'll do it ourselves. So yeah, big learnings from both projects. I mean, this is our sort of flagship now as a commercial to resi project. We're so proud of it. We're proud of just the fact that we came through it and how we managed it with the contractors, with the time through COVID, etc. And the learnings we've taken from that are invaluable, aren't they?
Yeah.
And it's setting up the structure for all the deals that we are now doing, the new projects we're now doing, going into the future.
Yep.
So just to summarise where we are now, we have 48 tenants. We have 8 properties in our portfolio that are finished and that are fully let now. This is the last room, which is just happens to be available at the minute. A tenant moves in on Monday next week. So we're lucky enough just to step in here and get a little bit of recording done. But yeah, we're fully tenanted, and everything is going really well, isn't it?
Yeah, everything is going really well, isn't it?
No, it is.
Yeah. The shock was in October when we took the management in-house. That was unexpected and something we did have on our goal list, but it was massively brought forward. And there's another video on why we brought management in-house elsewhere. But yeah, once we'd done that, now things have really settled. A lot of hours have gone into setting up the systems, the staff, and learning how to manage this ourselves. And although it was a really difficult process at the time, we're really pleased that we put the work in, the donkey hours in, because now we're kind of breathing up for air, and all we really need to do is manage a team as opposed to manage the building itself.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really working well. So other things, like Georgina mentioned, we brought the property management in-house this year, which again is a really big thing for us. We've never been property managers. We've learned a lot again. We've got a great team in place. We've got a hybrid system with a manager on the ground where our properties are, which works really well. And so we're systemising that so we can scale. We've also brought in the construction in-house as well. So again, this is the early days of how we're evolving this, but because we project managed Derwent Court ourselves, essentially, and we built up a good track record from that. We've now leveraged that and built up a good team from that, and our track record now speaks for itself. We're now creating a construction company to facilitate the builds of our new projects. The reasons, again, and we'll probably do a whole video on why we did the construction company when we've got that sort of up and running on the next project. But the reason we did that again was to reduce risk.
Yeah.
Anytime you take something out of your control, using a third party to do something, i.e. a contractor, a property manager, whatever it is, you lose a certain element of control. Now, you may be able to pass risk on them with a contract, and that's all well and good, but still, if they don't want to abide by those rules and they kick the tires, you can become unstuck. So again, it was something we wanted to mitigate risk on, be able to add value to ourselves in terms of our investment as developers, and any investors that come with us. And we felt that, again, holding ourselves accountable and being responsible for the delivery of projects, we've got the experience, we've got the team in to do it, was really, really crucial for us. So this is a really exciting other little project we've been working on. And again, the construction is only going to be for delivering our own projects. I'm not going to say eventually we might get a team and grow it, and they might want to do other projects and make that viable. But at the minute, it's purely to make our builds as efficient as possible and keep that control and mitigate that risk.
Yeah, the biggest risk in this industry is the point that you get to when you're refurbing and working with another contractor. At a really difficult time now, coming into recession, we don't know what direction it's going to go in and what kind of uncertainties are going to crop up. We don't want to be in a position where contractors are going bankrupt or not managing their finances properly. It could potentially get really sticky. So a huge risk, an absolutely huge risk in this industry that we're working on bringing in-house. So watch this space.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. So that's the two big projects that sort of aren't actually development projects, the property management and the construction, but obviously very big parts of what we're doing. So what are our plans for the future, Georgie? What have we got in the pipeline and what are we working on for 2023 we're going into?
Yeah, so we're still in the Midlands for now.
Still in the Midlands. We're still sourcing around the Midlands area. Our portfolio is based majority in Derby at the moment. We're looking at stuff around the Midlands, so Northampton, Leicester, Nottingham, any of those areas sort of towards London as well, and on the M1 corridor. South is where we'd look. We're also looking in London at some opportunities. We feel that over the next year or so, given the sort of economic climate, there might be some really good opportunities. So we've always got our ear to the ground, and we've got our finger on the pulse in a number of locations. So we're always looking at new things.
Yeah.
In terms of the actual pipeline of deals that we've already got that we're actually working on, the first one would be Curzon Street, which is just another 6-bedroom HMO, which will be 4 studios and 2 double rooms, very similar to our other ones up in Derby. And we've actually stripped that back to brick, and we've got another video on that process of stripping and building back to brick, why we do that, that you can find in our bank of videos somewhere. Maybe a link. I don't know where we are, but
here.
Here. But that's the next project that we're going through, and that we'll actually be using that as our first construction project, full from start to self-procured. The next project that we've got is another commercial residential building in Derby, which we are currently just, again, getting the development finance sorted. And that should be starting, hopefully, definitely Q1 next year. And we're hoping for January for that. So watch this space. We'll be certainly launching that once that's all sorted and we've got the keys to that building. So
that's a 62-bed HMO.
Yes, 62-bed HMO. It'll be 12 apartments, and we're really excited about sharing that on with you. And we continue to look for, as we mentioned, in the Midlands, for other opportunities and things to prolong that pipeline.
Yeah, I think you rounded up the update quite nicely. That brings it to a close. If you want to find out anything more about what we do, please do get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Thank you.